Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I am filming from a different place today. I'm actually in Kerry, which is in Ireland, for Quest Killarney, which is an adventure race, which is like a combination of lots of different disciplines. So we're doing a run, we're doing a cycle, and we're doing a kayak, and all of that is taking place here with the most amazing views. Here we are. This is Killarney. Ignore the road. Everything else is beautiful. And those mountains are looking very, very steep. And yes, we will be running up them. And there's a little loch. Wait, that was Scottish. There's a loch, which we're going to be kayaking across. So, very excited. Just settling into the hotel now, and we'll be setting off tomorrow morning. Woohoo! We have just done a little walk to the local area, well, through the local area down to the lake, which we'll be kayaking across tomorrow, and it's looking uninviting is probably the word. Here we go. It is beautiful though, isn't it? I can see why people come back here again and again and again. Rhian's obviously taking pickies. There's a little castle here as well, which is really cute. Can't say I'd have liked to live here. It's pretty cold. Getting the legs moving for tomorrow, because obviously we've been on a flight all day, which is like the ultimate way to not prepare for a race. And then we're going to go back, pick up our bikes for tomorrow, which we'll do overnight, and of course grab some dinner, which is the highlight of every time I race, because I'm always carb loading, even if it's only for a really short race, because why would you not? But yeah, just gonna enjoy this a little bit more and then head back to the hotel. Just got my trusty steed for the race down here. Just realised that I really have forgotten how to cycle a proper road bike. It's just totally different from the nice like upright bikes that you find in Denmark and stuff. And the last time I cycled was the Tour de France, which was like 30 kilometers short. It was all just totally road. So we'll see how this goes, and I'm very excited. About to head over to dinner, just gonna go drop the bikes in our room and then go and gorge ourselves on food. So I'm back in bed after dinner, which was excellent, and I'm just having a look through the race pack, and they always give you so much different stuff. So I've just found out that they do a bunch of other races, so if this one goes well, we could be taking part in one of the other ones. I think they've just launched the Welsh one apparently, and the rest are in Ireland, but I would love to give the Welsh one a go. It's a little bit closer to home, can drive there rather than flying. But yeah, they obviously do loads of different ones. This is the last one of the year, and then it comes back in March, so that could be happening. And then looking at the route for tomorrow's race, we are doing the 27 kilometer one, which is the easiest one, quote unquote. We are here. And we cycle, so we start off on the bikes, unfortunately. I like to start off running because you'll get to warm up, but anyway, we start off on the bikes and we go all the way along here, all the way along here, all the way along here, and we drop the bikes here. Then we get into a kayak and kayak all around the loch across here. When we went on our walk earlier, we were somewhere over here, so it's quite a lot further, obviously, to go to get here. Yeah, so once we do that, and we drop that, and then we do a 9.2k mountain run, so that looks fairly flat along there, and then it's just straight uphill. If you can read an OS map, you will see that is pretty steep. And then once you're at the top there, then you run back down. So it's called the Talk Run. Apparently it's just a mountain run. So 9.2k of hills, and then we jump back here, and then we pick up our bikes again and go all the way back to where we started. And the great thing about that is it's where we're staying. We can go shower, drop our stuff off, and then join the after party, which obviously is the main reason that we're all doing this. So yeah, very exciting stuff. I'm gonna get an early night. It is around 9:30. Gonna be going to sleep ASAP. after we've sorted all of this.
Morning everyone, so we are up. It is 7:30 in the morning. We can see the expert people setting off already. So what they're doing is 85 kilometers I think, and they've just set off out along this road here. I am very sleepy, but I'm just drinking some coffee. I always bring my own coffee to hotels because I can't stand having black coffee that's instant. Especially hotel coffee, it's always crap. So yeah, brought my own coffee, just gonna have some coffee up here, warm up. It is absolutely freezing, and then head down to breakfast, grab some breakfast, and make sure that we're eating before over 2 hours before we set off. We set off around 10 o'clock, which is a perfectly reasonable time to start a race actually. Super nice, so yeah, very excited for brekkie. Breakfast is muesli with a lot of milk. That was accidental, but it is what it is. And I'm watching Kipchoge try and break the 2-hour marathon over here. He's doing pretty well so far. 1:59.48 is his predicted time, so there we go. That's a bit of inspiration this morning for you. And I always try and go for a breakfast that I'm quite used to, so muesli it is. Okay, so I've got all my stuff out for the race. I'm actually getting quite nervous now, but I think it's also because I'm watching Kipchoge try and do his 2-hour marathon. That's making me also very nervous. Anyway, got my waterproof here. There are gonna be a couple of showers, so we'll definitely be needing that. Ear warmer, gloves. These are my Tokyo Marathon gloves. Horrible memories. I guess that's just shows that you've signed up to the race, I guess. I don't know, maybe a tracker. My number. This is to show that I'm part of the journo team. This is a tracker. This, my GoPro, I'm going to be filming as we go around as much as I can, but probably not the whole thing because I don't know how to ride a bike and film at the same time. And my medical kit, and all of that is going in here, where I have 2 litres of water in a camelback. And if you want to learn more about my kit, I've got an entire vlog on my favourite stuff to wear for winter running. Rainbow means rain, but at least we get to enjoy the sunshine first. And they're still going. They've got they've got less than
just over 2 kilometers to go.
Yeah, there we go, 2 kilometers to go. I'm very nervous for that. I think I'm more nervous for them than I am for me. Yeah. What a guy!
His running is a gift to all of us.
This is extremely nerve-wracking.
I feel so blessed to be here today. I feel like I hope everyone can hear me smiling through this microphone right now. I cannot stop smiling.
500 meters to go. He has the Hautale to himself. He's all the pacemakers.
Oh my God.
As Ed said, he is sprinting into the history books here. They're cheering him on.
Cannot believe someone can do that.
Meters to go. Let's bring him home. This is history unfolding on the streets of Vienna.
400 meters is a long way after 41 kilometers.
Listen to the noise. The crowd getting right behind him. Goodness me, 300 meters to go. He can see the finish line here. Neil Armstrong we had on the moon in 1969. We had Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile 65 years ago. Edmund Hillary, the first man to climb Everest in 1953. We have 1 minute to go. Eliud Kipchoge.
I literally can't even sprint that fast.
This humble farmer who used to run 2 miles to school every day and back. He used to go to the nearest town on his bike to sell milk at the local market. And now, through hard work and discipline, he's pointing. Come on, he says. Eliud Kipchoge has the hand of history on his shoulder. He has less than 200 meters to go. Eliud Kipchoge, let's keep an eye on the clock, into the final 20 seconds.
Oh my God.
Don't slow down.
Got his shoulder,
Oh my God.
It's his wife.
Eliud Kipchoge storms into this.
Oh my God, it's so cool.
1:59.40, the unofficial time. The first man to run a marathon in under 2 hours. He has done it.
So cool. We are all ready and set to go off. I'm wearing my Tokyo Marathon gloves. And yeah, lots of clothes to start off with because it is raining already. Prepped, ready to go. All right, so we're heading to the start line now. It is kind of pouring a rain, but there's a beautiful rainbow, so I guess pros and cons. That is where the start's gonna be, back there. Not sure about this weather. I can't cycle at the best of times.
locked our bikes. 27 mins for how many K? For 11K. And now we're running to the kayak. Running to the kayak. Oh my god, my quads are dead. So my GoPro's run out of battery, but we just did the kayak and it was beautiful. You'll just have to take my word for it. We're off on the run bit now, which is 9.2K, and my forearms hurt. Of all the things, my forearms hurt, which I guess is good. I'm not handstanding the whole run. Oh, finally went downhill, but my legs are very grateful for it. I think we're doing okay. I think everyone else is a cyclist, and we're obviously mainly runners, and I never cycle, so when we get to the bottom, we're getting our bikes, transitioning to that, and then pedaling, I don't know, like 11K to the finish, something, I'm not sure, 6K to the finish, so it's a sprint. Well, this is unexpected, but we've done the hills. People ahead, and Rhian chasing out. Apparently I'm second female so far. Still got a bit of a run to go and it's all uphill until it's very not. Rhian's gone off, smashing it.
Woo! Congratulations! Well done to you. What's your name? Flora. Flora. Ladies and gentlemen, our second lady, Flora!
Oh my god. We made it!
That's good. Great fun.
Oh my god. Kate's second woman! I cannot believe it! So unexpected. I heard the first woman come in 30 seconds before me. I nearly fell off my bike. I was so annoyed because I lost my bike when we were doing the transition, and it took about 30 seconds, so I so could have taken her, but honestly, second woman, that is a shocker. How do you feel, Fee? Fee came in a couple of minutes before me.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I feel good. I feel like I could do it again.
Oh, so annoying. Sickening. A medal. Thank you so much. Woo! To add to the collection.
Go on then, you go. Right, I'm going to join you now.
Oh, steaming.
Carry me back upstairs.
Whew. So we're back up in the room now, just got changed, just had a little bit of a cool down. I am ecstatic with that. Got my really nice medal to add to the collection. I feel really happy with how we did, mainly because I know that I'm not a cyclist. I cannot cycle, I do not cycle, and I hate cycling. And I wanted to do this because I love the mixed discipline races, but the beginning cycling bit I was like, I can't even control my bike. But we were overtaking lots of people on the way. I think we did have some quite nice bikes compared to some other people's. I mean, someone was literally clanking, their bike was clanking as I went past it, and I was like, okay, so we got a little bit of an advantage over this poor guy here. The first cycle bit is 11 kilometers or so until the transition zone, and that went
really well. There were some gnarly corners, but other than that, that was absolutely fine. It's like undulating hills, which were nice hills, not horrible hills. And then we dropped our bikes at transition zone. I stupidly didn't take note of where our bikes were. I just sort of relied on Rhian and was hoping that he'd know vaguely where it was. And of course he knew where his was, but it had already disappeared by the time I actually got around to getting my bike again, but another story. So then you run to the kayak and get in your kayak, and I was within the top 5, I think we were within the top 5 at that point. I decided to go together because Rhian has big biceps, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna make the most of that in the kayak and hope that he can get us around in a good time. So we took the 2-person one rather than the 1-person one. But if you come in the top 5, you get to take the 1-person one, so you don't have to wait for the people behind you, basically. Got around there and then dropped the kayaks, and your feet are sodden by this point because you have to go in the lake to get in the kayaks. So then we started the run, which is 9.2k, starts off flat, and then there's a big hill. And we were like, okay, we knew that there was going to be a big hill. If you remember me saying at the beginning, I was like, okay, so this is like the one hill and the rest of it's probably just like undulating, fairly flat, not a problem. And that was intense. I had to walk up that bit, really, really steep. I mean, everyone was walking up it and struggling. Rhian was powering up it. Every single race we do, he seems to have DOMs. So he's like, oh, I can't do it fast, can't do it fast. And in this one, he was like, off, absolutely off. Brilliant. It's really good. And then we got to the top, went along there. We can do running on the flat, we know that we can do that. I think everyone else was mainly a cyclist because the cycling part of the race is much longer than the running part of the race. So running, you kind of like, if you can get round the running as a cyclist, then you're fine because the cycling is the bit that you can make up time on. But for us, it's the other way around because we do mostly running, and then cycling, for me at least, is like not a thing that I do. Whereas for Rhian, he does a little bit, but it's not like his main thing. And then we got to the bottom of the run, and we were like, okay, maybe we can go back now. No, it goes up a hill like this, and that's called cardiac steps. I think it's cardiac steps? Cardio steps? What's it called?
Cardiac steps.
Cardiac steps, because you might have a cardiac arrest as you're going up them because it was so steep. And for some reason, I'm usually really good with steps. I love a good bit of hill climbing action. I'm really good at walking as opposed to running, and I just couldn't get up them quick enough. I let Rhian just go off in the distance. He was very speedy up there, and we were together right up until the top of that, basically, where Rhian took off, and I was maybe like two minutes behind him probably by that point, but I couldn't see because it was so twisty turny. And then it starts going down this big hill. Downhill on really uneven terrain is my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, that is my mindfulness. You have to focus on where you're going, and because it had been raining so heavily beforehand, it was sunny by this point, but because it had been raining so heavily, everything was so slippery. So I went a little bit slower than I usually would, knowing full well that if I wiped out, that would be the end of the race for me. Lots of very steep, very gnarly trail paths on the way down, and then you get down to the bottom, you've got to find your bike again. It took me about a minute to find my bike. I was like shouting at everyone, does anyone know where my bike is? Which of course no one does. And I eventually found it, by which point I saw Rhian head off on his bike just as I was coming into the transition zone. So I was only about a minute, maybe just a minute and a half behind him by that point. Set off on the bike, thought I was going in the wrong direction, thankfully wasn't. Cycled the 6k back home again, and luckily it was a pretty flat road. But I had no one behind me and no one in front of me that I could see in the entire road. So I kind of just cruised along. I probably could have done it a little bit faster, and if I had, maybe I would have taken the first woman, but I did not. That cycle at the end was like actually quite a nice relief for my legs. It was just nice to be sitting down, you know. Cycle through to the end, then you drop your bike, and then you just run the, I don't know, 20 meters to the finish line, and then they said I came second woman. Just before I turned into the finish line bit, that I heard them saying, first woman has come through, and I was like, no, so sad. Pretty happy with second place. Are you happy with how you did?
I am, but I want to come in second.
Well, you did very well.
I did better than expected, better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
You smashed it though.
Thank you very much. And we both feel fine, so we're gonna go join in the celebrations. I've got a little bit of cramp in my left calf, but not too bad at all. So yeah, we're gonna go down and join in the celebrations once we've had a little bit of a break, and start drinking probably. But thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you found it enjoyable. If you have any other questions about the Quest Adventure series or
trail running in general or nutrition. I didn't have anything to eat on the way round. It's a short enough race, so we did it in 1:50 something. It's a short enough race to not have to eat on the way round, but just had a nice flapjack, and we'll be enjoying some hot food when we go back downstairs. If you have any other questions, please do let me know, and if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big fat thumbs up, and I will hopefully see you next time. Lots of love, bye!